I met Brian when you had a small studio at Lydia Pinkham Building, and I remember seeing you there with all your books, and you just had all these neat things, books, plants, etc. And you just seemed like a walking dictionary. I think you like to read. You enjoy.
I do like reading, but not in my present lifestyle. I'm presently living on a bike, and I can't carry reading material around. Okay, so shall we start?
It's all yours.
We started with this drawing because Sophia opened my sketchbook randomly, and this is my current main sketchbook. And it's kind of a larger format than I've been doing for the past year. But my skills have progressed so that this is what I'm working on. And these are primarily the drawings in this sketchbook are done on site, and they take about an afternoon to do. And especially these particular ones. This particular drawing was done on site at Occupy Boston with what I'm attempting to do in the 8 drawings that I have from this event is contrast the rigidity of the stationary architecture with the non-rigidity of the impromptu structures that are being built there. So, but we're going to go back. That's what's happening here. We'll start at the beginning, and we'll just kind of. How's that? Do you want to do that?
Yeah. And you used to work with glass, and now you're moving on to drawing. Is that because you're a little more mobile now?
I've done artwork more than glass sculpture, but the glass was. I also scavenge. I'm prone to picking up found objects, and the glass happened to be along a walking route. It was in the trash cans of a famous name store. Throwing it out in the trash, and I couldn't resist picking it up.
Right.
And then it was just too beautiful to be going away in the trash. So I picked it up, and then it was just a matter of, now what can I do with this? And then I started using wires to string it all together and assemble it into aesthetically pleasing pieces. But that's something, that was sort of my weekend work to recreate with more than this is the work. That was the I want to stay productive, but I'm not really, it does require a lot of thinking, but it's less, this can be stressful.
Drawing, more direct.
Yeah, drawing can be very stressful, getting it right. And,
right.
But the working with glass is more of a recreational thing. It's less demanding on my skills. Right. So this is the last of the Occupy Boston drawings of the rather small people with their signs up against the enormity of the architecture and all that represents.
I believe those are big buildings, aren't they?
I have no idea what they are. I don't get. I try to avoid getting involved with what they actually. I try and approach things aesthetically. Yes, yeah. That's all. Because if I did, now this is another drawing, but it's not. It's a work in progress, shall we say, from that era.
I'm sure it's liberating being on your bike and, big weight off your shoulders, but I'm sure it's difficult. Can you tell us a little bit about the difficulty?
Well, it's not difficulty, it's a skill that I've acquired over years. So it's just like any other skill. It's not a difficulty for me. It would probably be a difficulty for somebody that just started out with it.
Okay.
But in the morning, I get up right now and my fingers are cold, and that's not pleasant. But I have a couple of pairs of gloves. I have fingerless gloves, and I deal with that for as long as I can stand it. And then I put on another pair of warm gloves, and I deal with that for as long as I can stand it. And then I have to take them off for one reason or another because I need my fingers. And then they get lost, and then I've got the fingerless gloves, and then I go back to the yellow and whatever. So that's kind of difficult, but the riding is not bad. The sleeping is not bad. At the present time, so far. But it's just the initial getting started. Getting started is the worst part. Waiting for the sun to come up, waiting for the sun to warm things up. And weather can be bad, but what I usually do as far as weather goes is I just sit it out. If it's raining or snowing, I just stay in the tent and wait for everything to settle down before I make a move.
Now, when you were at the Lydia Pinkham building in Lynn, right before, I didn't realize that you were moving out, but you had those beautiful recycled glass pieces.
Yes.
And so I'm still storing
Yes,
some
okay,
of them,
yes.
and I'm going to give them
Okay,
to
all right,
Sophia.
all right.
So we will be
I
displaying
have a
those.
few more too, but I had to cull, shall we say.
Right, I mean, I can tell from your drawings that you're very attracted to the coastal
Yes,
landscapes.
yes. Yeah, I came up from Rhode Island this summer and took in all of the South Shore right along the coast, as close as I could get to the coast, the beach scenes. And Lynn, I hate to be partisan on anything, but Lynn has a great, Lynn Swampscott, that area is,
Oh, it is beautiful,
Beautiful.
yeah.
You have the cliffs and then the beautiful,
yes.
yeah.
And I also collected these shells in Lynn and
Oh.
Nahant. And this is a local craft
Nice.
of local materials, American made.
Did you make that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Both of these.
Wow.
Both of these are from shells of local origin.
Oh.
I also arrange these. These are beads that I collect when I go into thrift shops or what have you. At cheap prices, I'll get beads and I'll string them up. And this one happens to function as my camera holder.
Look at that.